something that has changed life, built generational wealth, and at the same time, something that has destroyed finances for other people. So today we are discussing why some people make money from real estate, while some people lose everything that they have in real estate. Why people make millions and why some people lose every they risk to lose everything they have. So now if I want you to listen carefully because this is not surface level information, it's like a deep dive into things that you should look out for in order not to lose your money in real estate. Because real estate is one of the most powerful wealth building tools in the world right now, but it's also one of the easiest places to lose money if you do not understand what you're doing. So without wasting much of our time, today we are going to break everything down slowly, clearly, and of course deeply so that you understand everything I'm trying to talk about today. And by the end of this session, you should be able to understand the difference between winners and losers in real estate. And also you should be able to avoid costly mistakes. You should be able to think like a smart investor and also positioning yourself for long-term success while investing in real estate. So let's get into it like I said. So um today's topic, like I said, is why some people will win millions in real estate and why some people are going to lose their money in real estate. So if you have anyone that is about to invest in real estate, please you can share this video to them now so that they can join us while we are discussing this. So let us start with the uncomfortable truths. Many people lose money in real estate not because real estate is bad, but because they approach it the wrong way. They go about it the wrong way. So, what I mean by going about it the wrong way is lack of knowledge, and that's like the number one reason why people lose money: ignorance, because they do not know what they need to know before investing in real estate. They just enter into real estate because they heard that somebody made money from it. They do not study about what they're about to involve themselves into. They do not ask questions. They do not understand the basics before investing in real estate. So real estate is not it's not a guesswork. It's not something that you just guess of. Can I will I make money? I guess I'll make money from it. It requires understanding actually, because there are so many things involved: the land titles, the market trends, the location value, the legal documentation, and so many other things that you need to look out for, study, ask questions, know before you invest. And without the knowledge of all of this, it's like you're gambling and not investing. So this second one I'll say is emotional decisions. And that's like another major mistake people make when buying real estate. Emotional decisions. They make decisions based on their emotions. Why? Because they fall in love with how the property looks, or pressure from marketers, people that are marketing the real estate to them, or due to fear of missing out because they think that if they don't buy that property, they've missed it forever. They do not ask questions whether the property is worth the price, or whether the location is developing, or if that property has a long-term value. They do not ask these questions because emotions and investments do not mix. Is that you're investing smartly, or and then you're making something out of it, or you invest with your emotions and then you lose it maybe. Another issue is the poor due diligence. Due diligence is where many people feel, like I said, they do not ask questions, they do not verify documents, they do not make their own research before making their decision to buy that property. They do not check ownership. They do not confirm if that land is under government acquisition, or if there are any issues attached to that land or property that they want to buy. So because all of without due diligence, you are at risk of buying fake land. You are at risk of buying disputed properties. Of course, you are at risk of losing your money completely, because if you're not getting what you want, then you're losing your money. So another problem is wrong location. Because in real estate, when you want to buy real estate, be it a house or a land, location is everything. Because some people buy land in places that will never develop. I'm not like it's never developed, but it's even if it's going to get developed, it takes like decades. Why? Because they did not do their research. They didn't do their research. They didn't research about that property they want to buy. You know, the infrastructure plan, government projects, population growth, factors that they need to consider before deciding to buy that property. They didn't do that. They just bought the land because it was cheap, or maybe because someone told them they bought from there, so they just want to like buy, peer pressure. And cheap does not mean valuable. Do you get? Another issue is the get rich quick mentality. Real estate is not a quick game. It's not something that you buy today and get your investment. Get your profits in few months or in few weeks. Because people who expect fast profits, they sell too early, they buy the wrong properties, and they panic under pressure. Because some people might even borrow money to buy that property. And then when they are about to resell it and they're not getting the value of what they actually expected, they discover that they're losing their money, and then they begin to panic. Because if you lend money from somewhere, you definitely have to pay with interest. So if you're going to put that kind of money into real estate, you're not getting your profit immediately. So you have to use other sources to repay your loan. But if you're like depending on using that real estate property that you buy to repay that loan and then get profit from it, then you need to exercise a lot of patience, because it's going to take a very long time. There are processes for you to acquire them, there are processes for you to maintain them, and then there are processes before you are able to sell out your real estate. So moving on, we'll talk about why people make millions. Now, let us look at the winners, people that are making money in real estate. You would have seen people, there are people around you who make money from real estate already. What exactly are they doing differently? What's the thing they are doing that is different from what other people do that made them make millions? First of all, they invest early. Smart investors, they understand timing. They know that timing is everything in real estate. They only buy properties when the prices are low, not cheap, but low. Where development is coming, they are well aware that that area is going to develop anytime soon. And especially when others are doubting, when some people are not getting their facts straight and then are not ready to make their decision in buying the real estate. Because this is where the real money is made. They study the markets, they make their research. They do not just guess that, oh, if I buy this property, it might make me money. They study the market trend, they do their own research, they do their due diligence, they study the growth pattern of that area, the government's plans for that area, the infrastructure development of that area before they decide to put their money in that investment. They understand where the future is going for that property. They know when to stop, they know when to buy, they know when to pause. You understand? So they think long term instead of making their money immediately. They exercise patience a lot, because real estate is not something that you buy this year and sell next year, or you buy this year and sell next year and you expect to make massive profit from it. It doesn't work that way. They do not rush to sell. They understand that real estate grows with time and patience, of course. It grows with time and patience. So while others are panicking, they wait. And because they exercise patience, they win. Because by the time they will sell that property, the profit will be massive. You get so, and also they work with professionals, successful investors. They know people to use. They use lawyers. They work with trusted agents. I mean, licensed agents, certified agents. They verify every document because they're working with professionals. So they verify every title document that comes with that land. They do not cut corners or try to do things that are not so legal to get that property. And of course, they stay consistent. They do not just buy once and expect to make massive profit from that one property. They buy properties everywhere. They build their portfolio bit by bit. And over time, this consistency will lead to massive wealth. It's not something they build overnight. It's something they calm down to think about, make their research, build their portfolio bit by bit, work with the right people before they invest. And that's why they make millions from real estate. So we're also going to talk about location and timing. This is like one of the most important principles when you're buying real estate, the location and the timing. So first of all, let's talk about location. Location determines value. Location where you're buying that property determines the value of the property. But timing determines profit. The time where you buy the land and the way you sell determine the amount of profit you make for it. A good location at the wrong time can still be expensive due to timing. A developing location at the right time can make you millions, can make you a lot of money, more than you expect. So, what should you look out for? First of all, road development, then government projects. Then you also look at the nearby estates, buildings around, estates that are around. You look at how they are developing, how people are building, the value of those estates around also determine the value of where you are buying your real estate. And also commercial activity. You look around if it's a commercial area where most business and professionals stay to do their work. What I mean by commercial areas, like places like VI. VI is a commercial area because it mostly consists of commercial buildings, big companies. That's their location. That's where they stay. So a land at VI will appreciate due to the estates that are around there. So commercial activity also matters. And then smart investors, they look ahead. Like I said, they do not invest for the nearest they invest for a very long time. They do not follow crowd. They do not invest because, oh, this estate is popular. Oh, this is the one people are talking about. Oh, someone told me that this is a hot land that is trending right now. So I want to buy part of it. No. They actually do a very deep dive research. They go deep in their research before deciding to get a property. And then they calm down, they position themselves before the crowd actually arrive. They do not buy property that everybody has known because they already know the price of the property and then they know the worth already. But they go where they are sure that people are not even looking at that place because how do people, not like people are not looking at the place, but how do I put it? They do not like they've not that doesn't occur to them that that place might actually develop soon due to the places that are around, the location, the growth, and then the plan that government has for them. So smart investors position themselves before the crowd arrive. Like I told you, they do not buy when people are already rushing it. They buy down. So by the time people find out about that place, it's already a big place. And by the time they are reselling to the crowd that are coming, they'll be the ones selling to them by that time. And when they are selling to them, they will not sell at a small price. They sell at huge prices, and that's why they are making massive profit from it. So everything starts with mindset. Whether you're investing or not in real estate, it starts with mindset. And if your mindset is wrong, your results will also be wrong. If you do not think properly, if you don't have a positive mindset towards what you're doing, your results will definitely be wrong. So you must, first of all, think long term. Think long term, be patient, stay informed because information is key. Information is everything. So you stay informed and then avoid pressure. Do not let people pressurize you into buying something that you do not want to buy yet or you're not ready to involve. Your financial status is not able to, is not capable of yet. So do not buy out of excitement. Do not let people push you into something you are not ready or financially capable of yet. So moving on, we'll talk about practical steps. Let's make this actionable. Let's make this practical. Let's put it in a more practical term. First of all, educate yourself. And when I say educate yourself daily. Do your research daily. Because every day, market trends, every day you see the market trends, whether it's going up or it's coming down. And every day new things happen. And if you do not stay informed, there's no how you want to meet up with the present market trends in real estate. So step 2 is to verify the property. The property you want to buy, you need to verify them to be sure that you're not investing in the wrong property and you're not doing the wrong thing. Also, start small. Do not rush to buy a very big property that everybody already knows. Start small. I'm not saying buy cheap in a place that you will not even get your profits. but start with low investment property. Start, like I said before, so consistency is key. When you're consistent and you're doing your research daily, there's no way you fall victim to fraud or you risk losing your money. So, like I said, real estate can change your life, and I hope that with these points that I've given you, you understand what you need to do before investing in real estate. But you can only make millions, like I said, if you approach it correctly, if you approach it the correct way, if you take your time and then do your research and learn deeply, make smart decisions. That's the only way you can make money in real estate. And most importantly, take action. If you already have a location in mind and you're doing your research and everything, do not wait for that property to rise before you buy. So take your action now. So thank you very much for joining us today, Property Talk Live. We really, really appreciate it. So I'm going to see you guys in the next session. Bye.